If you are the type of person that gets real nervous, like super anxiety about asking for what you need, about setting boundaries when it comes to working with new promoters, other DJs or producers, because you're worried about whether or not they're gonna like you, then this video, my friend, this video is for you. What's up, my good vibe DJ tribe? So last night I did a video for Disc Jockey News, which I will link below and at the end of the video. And in that video, I talked about the rumor mill, what that looks like, how to deal with it. And it made me think about this. It made me think about setting boundaries, what that looks like, and what can happen when we do it. And it made me think about various situations I've been in. Situations in which I was too scared to set boundaries because I was worried I either wouldn't get the gig or maybe they wouldn't want to work with me at all because I was too demanding, which clearly was a big mistake because those were the situations where things went awry. And that's not in the best of ways either, because when you don't set boundaries, there's a few things that happen. So let's talk about why setting boundaries is really important. Number one, it keeps everyone on the same page. You know what everyone's about, you know what they expect, you understand where everyone's at. I think I already said that. So let me give you an example. If you were booked for a gig, you would want to talk about equipment, about how much money everybody's making. If you're doing a show, you want to establish, are we splitting what we're making right down the middle? Who's paid for what? These are, establishing the little details, but also setting boundaries. Hey, this is the most I can pay into the show. And if that doesn't work for everybody, totally fine, but I should not be a part of this. Or this is how much time and energy I can commit to the show. Just want to make sure everybody's on the same page and that we can all commit equally. Number two, that lets people know where you're at. So, for example, I have a child. I have a limited amount of time to do things like design a flyer or record a commercial without interruptions from a little tiny human in the background. So if I have to wait days on end before I get the information I need to record it, now suddenly I'm on a time crunch because other people aren't falling in line. But if I tell them ahead of time that this is what I can do, but this is the day I'm going to do it, so I need all this information by this date, now suddenly they know where you're at and they know where they need to be at. Or vice versa. Maybe you're working with somebody that has a limited amount of time, or they're only going to be in their studio on a certain day. So you need to make sure that you're committing to whatever those needs are. And number three is going to keep you accountable. Them, you, all of ya. If you have established boundaries, if everybody knows what their job is, if everybody knows what they need to be committed to, and somebody starts to fall behind, if somebody stops doing what they say they're going to do, if one person ends up picking up the slack of everyone else, this is the opportunity to say, hey, remember when we made these commitments? Remember when these were the goals that we set out? I'm noticing I'm doing a lot of work, and this isn't what I agreed to. So something needs to change. People are either going to say, hey, I'm sorry, you're right, let me help you out, or they're gonna get upset. They're, maybe they are going to bully you and try to get you to pick up all the slack of everybody else. This does not mean you have to, and this is your opportunity to be like, well, you know what? These are my boundaries. They're not being respected, so I'm gonna peace out of this one, but good luck. This is what literally brought on this video today, because I was thinking about the rumor mill video that I did for Disc Jockey News, and how I was explaining to this person that asked the question that there's only so much that we can do in these situations, but we can't let fear hold us back from setting boundaries. We can't just say like, I want these people to like me so much I don't want to piss them off. Look, you can be the most professional, diplomatic artist. You can really plan out what it is Thank you for agreeing with me. You can really plan out, how you are going to work through these situations and still have people act completely and totally unprofessional to you. There is only so much that you can do. But you cannot get sucked in. Well, you can, but I don't recommend it. You can't get sucked into these situations and stay there just because you want people to like you, just because you don't want people to get upset for you standing up for yourself. At the end of the day, you're really going to benefit from these types of actions by setting boundaries, by knowing where everybody's at, by having these commitments, by holding one another accountable. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to work with people that are unprofessional because it's just going to drain your energy, and then you're not spending time on the projects that are really important to you, that are really going to move the needle in your career. So with all of that said, even though it's going to feel uncomfortable, especially if you are not one that likes confrontation, the more you do it, the easier it'll get. And as time goes on, when people do get really upset for you, charging your worth or requiring payment for your DJ gigs, you're gonna get a rep of someone that doesn't work for free. You're gonna get a rep of somebody that is professional, and it might start off on the rumor mill like you're some diva because you demand, hand sanitizer and you have a mixer when you're playing. Whatever it may be, you need to think of the bigger picture. And I feel like I'm kind of rambling here, but it's probably because my baby's in the background because he woke up because of all the noise going on around here. It's been a crazy week. If you guys know what I mean, then last week launched the EP with remixes from the GOAT. We launched this new night that we've got going on called Junction X, and me and Wonder G did the live radio show on Saturday. So that's kept us busy. Meanwhile, recording the Disc Jockey News every week and then trying to keep up with the vlogs on the Don't Kilma Vibe YouTube channel. It has been bonkers. Maybe I'll have to do more of a video on that. But what I'm gonna do is actually link you the promo video for the upcoming event we've got going on March 24th. And then I will be at Low Steppa opening there March 29th at Footwork. We'll see you then.
They call me the